Honourable Speaker, we are actually dismayed that up to now the Electoral Commission has not gazetted the person that won the Kawempe North by-election. We did, and they told us that they are still sorting out internal issues. We don't know what that means, because it's been done in real time. Because the Electoral Commission is now functioning as official. After they declare a candidate, legally they are functioned as official. They no longer have any response. Might be maybe government, because government supervises the Electoral Commission.
We'll follow up with
Can they tell us what has caused the delay? In the past, it would be done very quickly.
Thank you very much, Leader of Opposition. But be patient. You see, the reason I am raising this, Madam, is because the Honorable Mawanda was sworn in 24 hours on record time. And then the issues that Madam Speaker, the Leader of Opposition, has raised.
Can we have some order?
Madam Speaker, I am a journalist. Before I became a politician, I was even covering Parliament here. I don't know, and I intend to bring a motion, Madam Speaker, inviting this Parliament to condemn first the brutality against the media, but also I don't know what we will do to make this government understand that the media including NRM. But I saw ministers walking in 2 polling stations. Mamba was battling Konyi. I don't know what was in Kawempe that made government, including equipment for which they were arresting civilian. They said Dr. Besigye had 1 pistol and you got arrested. Now they got members to go, because the Parliamentary Elections Act doesn't allow even to carry a gun, a simple gun at a polling station, even a simple gun. These vehicles I see with the President, I saw them in Kawempe at polling stations.
Honorable Government.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you, colleagues. On the issues raised by the Leader of Opposition, you were not here last time, but we did report that the journalist was visited, and actually government, according to the CEO of Zambia, has picked up the bill. That is particularly what I committed in the House. Yeah, the first person. Regarding the situation in Kawempe, I'm a bit slightly, I was expecting a slightly different statement from the Leader of Opposition, but now that he has not said it, on the issues that he has raised, His Excellency the President issued a statement regarding the situation in Kawempe, and I'm not adding a word to that.
Honourable members in the public gallery this afternoon, we have teachers and students from Lukaya Seed Secondary School, from Kalungu East County. Can I have order? Please stand up and we see you. They are represented by Honourable Katavasi Francis Katongole, Honourable Francis, and Honourable Sekindi Aisha. They are your members of Parliament. Thank you for coming. You're very smart. Thank you for coming to your Parliament. They are here to join the proceedings on this. Honourable members. Yes, Sechi.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I heard the Leader of Government Business telling the House that the President's statement cannot be added or subtracted. But Right Honourable Speaker, the Constitution is very clear. The mandate of the Electoral Commission is very clear: to organize free and fair elections, to declare the winning candidate, and all the processes. Now, it's not fair to hide behind the President's statement as if the President has taken over the Constitution. It shouldn't have stopped the Electoral Commission from exercising its constitutional mandate. by declaring and indeed gazetting a successful candidate. I would therefore wish that this House, Right Honourable Speaker, puts it on record that we are increasingly getting dismayed by the conduct of the Electoral Commission in the affairs of Kawempe North by-elections. And we are disturbed that up to now, the results were declared. What is stopping the Electoral Commission from succeeding and doing its job? Then whoever is aggrieved, there is the legal redress in this country. Madam Speaker, Parliament should take a note and look with dismay the very bad conduct exhibited by the Electoral Commission. I think.
Honourable members, we will wait for a gazette. It is to my best interest that I have my member in the House. It is to my best interest to receive the gazette. We will swear. Attorney General, next item.
House. He said that the head of to eat. This House does not propose. If, because otherwise, as I self-styled lead of government, we know, we were raising these issues and that the country gets to know what.
Madam Speaker, I can.
Time and you bring it. Next item.
Paying of papers 3-1. Finance Commission annual report.
I first have this 124-1 me to Parliament at least once. Is it necessary as Parliament may the Commissioner to lay it on table?
All right, Honorable Speaker, 23/2024. I beg to lay.
Local Government Finance Commission stands referred to came to lay the report. They had an issue, and the law is very clear for that commission. Look at that.
Right, Honorable, when we bring our report as our recommendations. Thank you.
3-2.
I'm going to give you honorable members rule of the rules of procedure, the policy statements 7 all on a weekend, so we'll now. However, sure, he has his. Now I thank you for being hardworking. Now I shadows.
Yeah. Right. 7 requires us as the, but we say what it takes. We shall hit. Oh, Speaker, Rule 146 that government ministers should some ministries that have no policy statements. I don't know, and refer to the library. When people go to the library, it's not there. Honorable Speaker, and yet you do not, there is nothing available. You number one lied to us. But the Prime Minister is not here, but now that David Bahati, please, can you
know which committees ministerial statements refer to the committees, and
there are about 2 or 3 and they are within the Ministry of Finance.
To meet the deadline.
Now that our work seriously as Parliament, us based on Rule 147, our alternative ministerial policy statement. In these alternative ministerial policy statement, these alternatives as just policy. see the good therein.
Guide this way. All the statements. Honorable Peter,
I think with the leader of the second ministerial policy statement on the because he's saying
Honorable Speaker, allow me order.
Yeah,
I actually thought you would please do allow me so that
he left the floor.
Colleague apologize, not to complain that I'm saying a colleague has conceded. What is
one thing I'm sure of? Statements were laid on table and Namuga is not around. Yes, environment
subsector for financial year 2020. I beg to lay.
Please welcome.
Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues. 26.
Thank you, Derek. Please.
For the 2025-2026.
I beg to lay the alternative for the policy.
right. I beg to lay the alternative policy statement.
In accordance with the rules.
Please lay.
I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and Mineral Development 2025-2020.
I beg to lay the alternative. The Minister of Local Government for the financial year.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. 2026 for the Minister of Industry and Fisheries. I beg to lay.
Maybe as Nancy should lay.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Rule 147 of our rules of procedure.
Thank you, Helen.
Beg to lay the alternative minister 25-2026.
Please lay.
Speaker.
Okay, go ahead.
Arrangement on the gender labor.
You please lay.
I beg to lay the policy antiquities sector of the president. I beg. That's the Minister, Kampala City, and the Minister of Camp. Is this or not? And it will be the main one. Affairs, Honorable Francis Zake, of the above sector.
Thank you.
Speaker, on behalf of the Foreign Minister, Honorable Kunyeji.
Thank you, Adeke. I beg to for the Ministry of Public Service.
Again, Madam Speaker, on behalf of the community, allow me.
Beg to lay.
Thank you, please lay. Are they finished? One of the rules of procedure. Ministerial statements are coded in the VIP gallery this afternoon. Ahera. She's right there. You most welcome.
The fourth national. Madam Speaker. Speaker, this parliament is a house party who was speaking. If we take this to be, Madam Speaker, needs to tell Parliament any matter concerning, Madam Speaker, it cannot, they will never answer any question. So the procedural issue I'm raising is whether or not I said I am now waiting for your
next item.
It is on behalf of our and the Constitutional Affairs sector for the financial. I beg to lay.
Thank you.
3, the fourth none and the program implementation action plan.
That in the last sitting of the National Development Plan, the various decisions, including the table here, we made a the report, and that has been done. Look at the plan myself.
Right Honourable Speaker, the issues as well, and what I'm laying today, the final fourth national 2029.
Please,
now,
thank you.
The implementation plan, program implementation action plan, in assessing the consistency with the budget, because for the NDP4. Right Honourable Speaker, same period. I beg.
Honourable Member, its circulation to all members. In addition, I want to add to the NDP4 late. So there's
on the other paper.
I'm going to give
United States dollars 1 Bank for Economic Development in a public window, and United States from the OPEC Fund for International.
As you may recall, on Wednesday 5, the minutes of USD 100 million for economic development in Africa. Window USD 20 on 25th over the consideration of the they guided since then. They the two motions, one other, and we will consider. Pursuant to Article 1 here, I will now invite an economic development capitalization of UD. And in the capitalization of at a better. Honourable Minister.
Read documents and read National Development Plan for.
Please. The documents. Bring them here.
Madam Speaker.
Reports. Look.
I beg 200 million from development in Africa Badea public window. The 5 million that I beg to move.
Honorable Afoyo Chan, by elders, by finance. Margaret, speak to your tell us and why you, honorable members, remember it was only for her.
Madam Speaker, this motion, a consolidated motion, figures I have just also a motion in $1 million
two issues arose, the borrowing at the same time. The lender had not informed the House, sat on evidence I have presented to the
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Some of the issues which were raised, equity, the list of people who have benefited, went into privatization, and we have been talking accessed by very few people. When they will, it is any national characteristic, one goes to there to access money, UDB Bank. It is specific people who move.
First, listen, leave the minister to
the bank, which should be helpful, but to have one bank central in it is helpful to all Ugandans.
Also some money. Like Kampala City.
All the honorable colleague this a client which the bank shall their clients. Madam, this debate, this question had to share information speaker, but not the public.
Worldwide, they have, but the resource is UDB with adequate funding, Tororo, Aru, and so forth. But
remember, you don't have. My ears are getting me.
Sorry, madam.
Honorable members, what we need, that is number one. We need to capitalize the institution that we now make sure that other people do not qualify for this. Yes.
We have investors across the country. Is serving.
The other thing is,
if it was
rejected, be credible enough to be able to qualify for a loan.
For potential investors, myself, and people who want to access this funding, as Mioga, this bank to open forth, assure you they will be eligible. Thank you very much.
Madam Speaker, I concur with you, and I want to request Honorable in Hoima City, progress of our stadium, they ask us government the cheap loans from UDB. People benefit from an bankable project.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Come to you that as members of Parliament are giving money to a company called Totco in a major funding source services for those who are playing at the level supporting. I also support UDB because when they get this money,
Thank you.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable member, it is from Chadondo. They are represented by Honorable Ethan.
And also on behalf of Parliament, our students, our teachers are in good state.
Thank you. Honorable members and honorable members, this issue was and for the guarantee. Okay? For the guarantee.
Yeah, thank you. Specifically,
It presupposes that we are not doing well. Pressurize the bank. The borrowing a guarantee. A guarantee the surety who is doing well. Guarantor presupposes you are doing well. You just have to really have the same time. You
Not
but now
they have more customers than.
So harmonize that, please.
The report was read here.
Yeah, Madam has said committee. I thought, Madam, just confirm that they received the information.
A loan agreement.
Honorable members, I put a of Parliament to authorize government Badea, private 50 million from Arab Bank, OPEC Fund for International Development. It's Uganda Development Bank.
5 on the order paper of Parliament to authorize government from the Islamic Development Bank $30 million from the National Islamic Trade Finance Corporation.
Honorable members, as I got them between the borrowing and that's of the Constitution of Republic of 155 of Rules of Procedure, after which a report from the Committee for the
Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, 34 of the Parliamentary Rules of Procedure for a resolution of Parliament to $40 million, Islamic Development Bank, and $30 million, Islamic.
Honorable Gabriela Mtembule Enyo Palisa Noah Wilson Ibanda. Yes, speak to it. Abim guarantee that they did guaranteeing
I moved this that is the if UDB ability to government, but there is nothing I'm changing.
Chair,
the guarantee. This is a report to the Islamic Development Bank from the Islamic Corporation for Development. That's a total of 100. Honorable Speaker, we take you to $1.5 trillion composed as government contribution, thus limiting the bank's ability to carry out its core over the last 2 years, and an average of Uganda of the economy, which is expansion coupled with UDB's 12% per annum for up to 50 on a bank that can offer. 2023 as of December 20 stood at 1.675 trillion over a period of to 2023, 841 jobs. Toward 15 lines of credit, $58.5 million out of the 158 UDB. UDB is serving, and the table is attached. Dollars from Islamic Development Bank, a gestation period of 4 years, paid by UDB. And
so Oweshitiwa, where are you going?
Allow me proceed. Right Honorable funding, now where that Right Honorable Speaker and Bank $1 million from the Islamic trade finance. For a record, recommends up to US$ 40 Government Bank, US Government Bank. I beg to move.
Chair, the submission of the chair on guaranteeing.
Support the idea of government and UDB is expected. However, I've seen another one budget. So I do not this time will enable not contaminate the budget coming and getting it directly from the
issues. We are seeking for authorization to guarantee financial institution. Yes, Dr.
Minister, for this submission. What the guaranteeing economic transformation of the country. And the taxpayer, and how does that then transfer cost of borrowing in this country? Cost, and what would be the cost the final person? I thank you.
Speaker, I did and an effect on our is a guarantee which has the Government Bank with a gestation period is 10 years.
Yes,
thank you so much to stand in, and is how can our, therefore we need a commitment even to provide the procedure is. Can government look at the procedures, because we don't have. We talk about the effect of this is our hope, this is our it's limited to a few people.
Said that should be followed. Electoral committee. Yeah.
Needs to be supported and capitalized. But right the loan on the economy of Uganda related to that, it fails to pay back the loan. Sadly, that statement needs to be.
Yeah.
Madam Speaker, the honorable colleague, impact the responsibility for the day.
Minister,
are you now, man?
Minister, moderate or high? The risk of default.
To support this request of government to guarantee. Madam Speaker, I am supporting reasons. One, the less than 5% UDB for what they're doing. I'm supporting it because right now there are over 500 projects, over 50 opportunities have already been created. NRM manifesto, that 500 million are honoring their I'm saying you promised 500. Madam Speaker, I want that instead of coming here, that the private sector coming to 4 trillion, 100 million, when you transfer 400 billion, $500 million.
This is what they, this
UDBB guaranteed. There are reasons. The first one, expensive. With the people are losing property, they are committing suicide. People, comrade, I want to beg this country. We follow the money there. What we must to say, comrade, there's cheap money available. Let's guarantee this money. Let them get the money. My people, that money is in Kampala.
Question that a motion for resolution government to guarantee back IDB, Islamic Corporation of the Islamic Trade Finance approved by this House and for Atkins.
Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, constitutionally, all of us as to support you. Madam Speaker, my procedure issue the multiple down to the attention of this the executive. 3, Madam Speaker, it's appalling. When it is impassable, whether we're waiting for, is that what we're waiting for? Because we are here.
Honorable Atkins, but I want to, because I know some of these ministers and the rest will also be here.
The reason why I was bringing, I've seen the Minister for Finance commissioning the Kikoron.
Time, let's bring, I'll give you space.
Putting on the floor, I've seen my water is not yet in the house.
Okay.
And then to bring it.
Item 6 on the motion for a resolution of Parliament 188,500.
Honorable members, proposal to borrow up to F6 from Stanbic the Umeme committee, are you ready to report?
Mr. Speaker, right signed by the members.
Honorable member, receipt of a letter which I will ask the minister. But let me first hear from the
as the speaker on 18th February 2025. The Umeme buyout has been with us for a long time. If we don't, there will be penalty. Speaker and members, I request that we start all House considers this.
Is now ready.
Now that the committee is ready, motion, but before Vicent, the Guild President, where are you? Joel Esek on the Committee of ICT, most welcome. Those are your call from Nansana Municipality by Honorable Wakaima MP to come. You're most welcome, Honorable Minister. Honorable Oguzile.
A while ago, and it related to an equivalent of
clerk
no,
read?
no. Okema read 156. Let's not country. That
Motion for a resolution of Parliament to borrow up to the euro equivalent from Stanbic Bank for the
Thank you.
No, you just called
Okay,
clarify.
okay, what is your issue?
Support of the technical people. So card that the report office was processing. So can I invite you so that the countries are taking place? Thank you.
Speaker, committee, Honorable Tebandeke, I don't know as a committee, but I thought.
No, you can. We can have more than one.
Madam, of the Constitution of the Public Finance Management of Parliament to was equivalent of 556 for the umeme
Hukumu alanyo neke Ricky Peter Ogwang Gogonyo Kumi Honorable Feta Jessica Ibanding and Yabim to your motion.
For this motion, the electricity distribution and challenge include to upgrade, refurbish 20 years, issues affordability, timely, and the computer support the distribution network and its impact on government's decision capital and optimize financing in alignment and the goals enshrined is obligated to compensate the unrecoverable capital claimed by Umeme Limited in a alignment agreement. The electricity tariff for the national industrialization development is that government the funding required in the distribution network ensure a smooth transition. What are the terms? Speaker, the terms enter 88,500. The interest rate plus margin period of 30 days 0.7% per annum of the total facility amount paid up. Interest is to round and all necessary information. And I want to believe the meet and play approves this borrowing. I submit.
On the proposal. You read that letter?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, Parliament of Uganda. The proposal for government 988,000 from Stanbic Bank to the above mentioned loan on 18th February 2020. The government to borrow the amount of euro equivalent 556 of the Auditor General's draft special and Uganda electricity distribution 2025. One, and approved or recommended as the payment is lower than the investment and all recommended by the Auditor General of the government debt. A buyout has been financing terms of the Umeme as to have the loan approved by Parliament and the funds to pay Umeme.
Can you lay this on table of this house?
I beg to pay to Umeme as certified.
Was part of the recommendation acted upon on Umeme. What will be audited? The Auditor General. Yes.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable. I want to thank the Minister, the report of the committee, the minority report. Right Honorable Speaker, the Minister has already echoed that. Right Honorable Speaker, Committee of National Economy on the 8th February, and the committee therefore. Right Honorable Speaker, entities, we had a meeting with development, the Minister and Electricity Regulator General, while reviewing the report, the Committee on National Economy of Uganda present Finance Planning and Economic Development, Uganda Limited as arranger and a financial institution. The committee also reviewed and supply of electricity in Uganda, release an assignment agreement as amended. Right Honorable, the House, a narrative on the budget, submitted a claim of 235 million, the 225 dollars alias of the lease and assignment agreement CL has a 560 from the regulator, that is December 2023. Development was $127.6 on the additional investments made by and recoveries from the to 798 million US dollars. The total amount by balance of 120.66 million US dollars. If this is uploaded, how Umeme has been invested and recovered amount of about 121.655 million US dollars. The minimum. Right Honorable Speaker, and with by conditions that this Parliament execution of the facilities document by in substance mutually accord is continuing from the drawdown, and that approvals are evidence of authority at the legislation of the borrower as appropriate. Point of the appointment of the United Kingdoms. Satisfactory legal opinion, utility agent, and the lender. B, the legal and capacity opinion. H, the evidence of payment and expenses then due a statement signed by the Minister of Finance of the full facility amount, Management Act, and all the relevant regulation together with J, certificate Attorney General that all regulatory approval your customer for the borrower authorization opinion by the facility agent under the loan. The nominal value million equivalent to 800 Uganda shillings. The total million US dollars equivalent to 0.6 billion Uganda shillings. The present value of the loan, the total future payments, its grant element is negative 7.7%. Right Honorable. Allow me go to the committee recommendation. Observation number 1. And Meme. The lease and February 2025. A natural expiry. From the end of the natural term until the company's obligation, privatization agreement shall be commercially responsible utility practice. The distribution to maintain the any of the in this agreement the end of the natural term. Those obligations that as of the performance of its obligation as such in accordance with section 3.1, the immediate right to step agreement, operate and consumers and use the assigned UEDCL's operations and maintenance assigned interest and to any committee observed as follows. Government provides steps of the audit process included the dates of the Auditor General requesting him to undertake that audit. Grant Samson CPA 24 to undertake special expenses. The office has seized from the consultant and subsequent and verify investigation vested in the sector regulator are recovered. Derives this authority in section 50. Error enjoys to determine all matters is requesting for authorization to US dollars 100 to regulator error estimated investment adjust as provided for the supposed to give the final figure. The Auditor General by 28th of March without for the buyout and the in payment pursuant to section which among others provide of the buyout amount is from and after the date on any outstanding portion of the buyout days until 45 days. The natural term 15% for the period from after the end of the natural term. Umeme has to take over immediately of Umeme, including in all avail UEDCL with it is able to recruit inherited from Umeme. UEDCL informed the committee that UEDCL $10 million US dollars for to fund of inherited assets from Umeme that UEDCL will not be able investments in the distribution of electricity. Therefore, recommends that has not determined the final by the lease and assignment agreement. Expeditiously reconcile and submit it to Parliament to guide request. And this, some members, actually majority of they should be in position, but March, they should be in position that could be given 1 week up to Tuesday, be able to come up with a buyout figure position. That given the committee recommends that 188,000 from Stanbic Bank.
Honorable Chair, for
Speaker, after the natural expiry of the concession 31st of March, ideally about
how long does it for finance to process a loan to Umeme from those other issues? Yes, Richard.
Thank you, report.
Before we go the minority report. Yes.
Beg to oppose. Recommendation by committee.
He's going to come and chair this house.
If we
ask for a clarification.
To continue timelines, if steps by the Parliament, if process.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Minority report of national economy for 56 from Stanbic Bank. Honorable Speaker, any delay of the rate of 10% per annum, 40 days, after, and 20% for days till government by 2. 1 with the constitutional provision. Point of dissent, number compliance to the constitutional provision of our constitution, establishment and the roles of the principal legal advisor, peruse agreements. Right Honorable Speaker, very provision, the work 163 explains the establishment. I think the Attorney General is here. Explains, uses the terminology. Auditor General shall conduct and the value for money we are approving as neither is it yours, mandated to for us to approve the law. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, to have a report ready, clear amount that from now may not Auditor General to come up with a report cross at the expense and known. Right Honorable makes us proceed the request of the CEO of ERA, the CEO of the report of the $127 million and the Minister of Finance, the contrasting amount for the buyout. There is dollars and the 100 only approve in excess the $27 million. A question of contrast is one. General's report comes out tomorrow.
Honorable member written, and the letter is here. Documents of this house that just will only be approved by the Auditor General.
Right Honorable, as a committee member, and we decided to stop the Auditor General's report. Yet the committee didn't pass anything. information, the committee was not privy. Auditor General comes up with 50, they will only disburse 150.
Ask them to lay it on table. It's okay, let the members. It's a procedure matter.
Right Honorable Speaker, who is providing minority report, that we are getting one report submitted so the honorable member has said can only be clear to is it proceeding. Right Honorable Speaker, same report is split into two.
Of what was in the other report.
There is nothing, and the law has not been
of constitutionalism. No student who was learning in the house. Let's major report. So can you
with the rules of procedure of this? Right Honorable Speaker.
Which rule?
But for your point of concern, 5, you can keep on going through.
There is an order.
There is a language you was mentally, and when you the rule, you are saying consumption, you get mood, and is the law for consumption.
Some of us grow up.
Thank you, promise to box someone, but
please.
I'm not of. Right Honorable Speaker is responsible for finance. As Parliament remain the titles of procedure. 5 must have a only performance.
Let's move to 5 to guide the member.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable. Repeat from Honor.
Now here is lowering. Whatever is in his finish. You finish.
On what I've quoted. However, any oversight to the performance of Umeme, whether Umeme that you House and the committee in. Therefore, I recommend as denies this loan reference to case the buyout has delayed.
Thank you.
I request more that is a request so that on the actual figure is required to visit all the before the Speaker. There are also other agents contracted privately to work under a majority committee has no agencies that were contracted action. They want have not yet. So all we're going to buy. Lastly, Umeme is the status of their shares. Are they considered submit?
Thank you. And Otim Ambrose, Tikbere District, they represent Tony and Honorable. She's coming, eh?
I well from Guinea to Parliament. I would come to register their copy.
Thank you. From the King. Madal, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament. We have Honorable Mamba Peswati, Yomos Peswati. And they are accompanied by Miss. Oh, you're welcome. Then we have Honorable One is there. You're most welcome. We have Honorable Likando Whip. This Honorable is hosted by Parliament of Uganda. They have been here to a conference, chair of Afropac, and is a chairperson to our Parliament. The team from Eswati. Right, Honorable, don't get tired of. We are preserving. Thank you. Thank you. Honorable.
I thank you for customs. Must reflect on them. As a member of Madam Speaker, I just got this document, a summary recommendation. Loan. For example, in the amendment agreement, there is an account drawing. To date, no account is holding, and yet cater for. There's what we call facility does is if government is not end of our obligations to now, we cannot understand when that option which talks about the compliance of this our laws and that the Attorney General respond to, because one of that the Attorney General must be part into and be in agreement.
Okay.
This agreement is that it's our sovereignty. Why? To the laws of that undermines Article 1 that undermines Supreme. And if we have waived our sovereignty, respond to which we do not have the opportunity, is UECD's make my submission. Up to now,
can you respect the member?
Who can answer that question?
They will answer.
What is Omeme? Are there people pay? Do they have tax obligations? Who shall we? Speaker, I have mandate letter shows what. If you read the figures, whose figure? If we are borrowing 190, if you could just allow me. Our laws say anybody expect the Attorney General to respond to. On the lenders, why approve any loan?
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to lay on record this document.
Which ones?
To the committee by the ministry, and if I'm laying contrary one, Madam Speaker, most important, and on that agreement, government of Uganda using to our own, we have been investing in substantial lines. Why should someone come and so today? This country must watch whether they are
members, honorable members. You, nobody should honorable.
Madam Speaker,
pains to put. I have keenly. We took an oath. Peace to listen to you. Looking at you as having a point. To insinuate that not understand their responsibility.
Stipulates the roles of a member of parliament. Intimidating members that we been elected. No, you are not.
Madam Speaker, I take that. We were asking who were those people who, because the commitments, so all I'm trying to say, we have an opportunity.
Honorable, given honorable both. Yes.
Thank you. Who are the people who signed agreements? This parliament,
Proceed, yeah.
Parliament condemned. Who signed that agreement? I was able to share that
among
Beta Mongi.
The cabinet actually directed to work on this thing some 3 years. Situation of emergency has been done without you read through these documents.
There's an order. 2022. A minister of energy. The directives from the president of Umeme. There was made at this style session is the directives from the president. Honorable, a sale of Umeme. That is one. Two, that we slept on the job. Go.
I think I'm correct. Minute extracts. We would have known these are the figures.
And it is not one single person sleeping. Well, that there was going to be a buyer.
Honorable Speaker, it was to come to this house as exactly at what the process to be followed.
Honorable Member, have you finished?
I've been here a little longer. That in 2011. So when the president must not be renewed, go ahead with it.
Well, you're not parliamentary.
Okay, those who are would have sensed that for. They would have now done which they delayed to do on floor of this parliament, and all must do fast before. I have a errors said, not the minister, not the attorney general, not even the Minister of Defense. Amount of money you can pay Umeme for that, if you go to that, be 127 million. The letters here.
On the amount.
Speaker, I was in this parliament. It would be more expensive like presented here. For about 7 years of error on the amount they believe $7 million to be paid. I mean, the document you have is saying pass this, then we wait 90 something million.
Yes.
Because let's trust and we time, right, Honorable Speaker. So I want at that time we had to listen to government. Now we have reached over a difference of about.
Honorable Member, you're going to bring the procedure matter. Don't want to Umeme to an audit. The amount that the Auditor General be paid to Umeme.
Thank you very much, Right. Aberrating mission is in breach 80 one that have never. We are, Right Honorable Speaker, a house to deliberate centers here, Right Honorable Speaker. I had other issues to raise then. To proceed by this, I find government has refused, waiving the same deadlines for, and that was the condition that was immediately the Parliament passed.
Right Honorable, here the documents showing that government I mean to bring documents.
There you pay.
I'm committing to bring proof that government has shares in the right.
You first paid and then started no value of the company.
Search.
Speaker.
Honorable.
The discrepancy between 100 to 190, respect our rules and then they will guide us. When it is due, well audited.
Honorable.
Honorable Speaker, government slept on the job. Seen coming. The Attorney General stood up 20th. Why are you not coming on 30th? You could not have come, government could not have come earlier. No. These matters, especially because is part of Parliament, was that informs us to know began this whole process a lot earlier. You see, when you read 5 of the public finance management, loans get to be processed by Parliament. Is where government is managing. The Minister of Finance to be helped to understand, which has been tabled here, to Umeme is 150 million. You'll only give them 150 to approve, because we approve, we are mentioning. What happens if it is more? You will be the one appropriating and these processes earlier, so that we know. I'm hard pressed. Finance here when he commits to us, because and examples have been given. This fulfilled. I went to the place, the share certificate is, and you gave them money. Before I told us a lie here. You did not fulfill. Give me the money, I'll hold on to it. 190. If I discover what, give them that bit. We don't trust you anymore.
Speaker, I need to finish. I was being interrupted, done a cost-benefit analysis. Because penalties, what is just
in the agreement.
Okay. Do cost-benefit analysis. They are supposed to general to go and talk to Omeme. Within which we will resolve, including to the liquidity without notice that this request we as a house, I beg so that we can move.
Yes.
Right Honorable Speaker, I want to second the motion. The issue which all of us agree as of necessity enough sitting in the 11th Parliament today. Right Honorable Speaker, and the communication that was written to the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, but there's a commitment cannot be beyond what has. Sometimes to get as it our citizens, what we think is more than least and balances to this house. To pass this amount. So we're going on the 30th. I want to appeal to all of us.
beyond what is supposed to be.
Faith. Faith.
Electoral has said, and from the benefit, it was for the good of the country. I was saying that in nearly speaker for time, assurance to government. So in giving the assurance, we need to get the value that you give. To be honest, I would have proposed to go, but because they were afraid to go for the Auditor General must do work. That letter to be read in this house is a letter to Parliament where that paragraph says, once government will only pay out to before the end of that year if the required, verified, and or recommended, then the balance of the loan, Right Honorable Speaker, on the stakes, because it has
speak. Not echo you. Yes.
Right Honorable Speaker, and as a country, you have rightfully said, assumption. The accrue that the taxpayers of Uganda will be willing, the 10%, the 20% to honor the agreement.
Thank you.
The stakes are many in the whole country. You will come here. If the executive did not bring this, I would have brought it. Let's return the risk to the
Sechi.
Thank you very much. And anywhere is where the problem is. All of us know, and I'm sure it is basic. All of us know, and I'm sure it is basic. These problems you are seeing is the manners. But we are committed. To get committed to an agreement, examine the obligation we have. Fair agreement. Examine the obligation we have. Fair agreement. I think August is the consequence. Even bother yourself. Possible to solve in 9 days. Professional sorting out the men. It's possible for the office, and we will have 2 days. The Minister of Finance
That will be a Sunday.
Have no time. Consequences of the decision we are about to. Uganda. The people of Uganda got wasting good money. It is not losses. And now tell us, actually the chairman of the committee, payment, what percentage? 10%. And the joking with small money. When we are talking about serious public
penalties, we will pay just to fail to pay by the 31st. It will be after 91 days.
First of
it, you see,
and it is incremental. It's $19 million. And because they have sat on their pays $19 million.
Honorable colleagues, please listen.
It's more than 35 billion, 70 billion. And that's the about. Colleagues, people who didn't do their job badly. I thought our rule speaking.
Yes, Honorable.
So, the younger we can really fall it who sat on what, and we cannot breach the contract deliberately. I thank you, Right Honourable.
Thank you, Right Honourable. I stand to move a motion, Minister of Finance,
By the Minister.
in order the committee report which has been brought. Thank you.
Is the motion seconded? By Dr. Musheme.
There is no motion.
But you didn't finish your motion. He finished the motion.
The initial motion put on the table by
And it is still seconded. Internal Affairs. Poloto, Ochwa, Noah. Orone, Susan. Honorable members, Attorney General, was there no motion?
I had a motion of the loan and disregard.
Really?
I know that the motion I move by the minister in regards to a motion 0988 buyout.
The second Orone, Uganza, Okumu. Honorable members, I put a question. Euros equivalent 998, 5 be approved by this house. Those in favor say and next.
Resolution of Parliament under the memorandum status of forces agreement.
Members, as are currently facing CDF have been invited. I want to invite the minister to
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Support the deployment of the Uganda people under the Memorandum of Understanding Uganda and the Republic of South Sudan. I move and Rule 59(1). Whereas to make laws regulating of troops outside Uganda Act provides that where troops are to be deployed outside bilateral or bilateral arrangement, the minister shall end on the 10th of January 2014 in accordance with Section 13 Status of Forces Agreement with the relating to the deployment of the Uganda people of South Sudan, which is like negative security and political stability of Uganda. Further aware that forces agreement is mandate the President of Uganda for urgent in order to avert a potential security that following the Salva Kiir mandate 91B 38 of a security in the region. Appreciate continue to enable the stabilization, enforcement, protection of land, region and Africa at large. Be it to resolve that the memorandum of understanding and the status of forces agreement, Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues.
Seconded. Olanya Gilbert. By Gerald Johan. By Tusime. For Yusuf Narwakasolo. I always feel Honorable Honorable S. Anyo Okwalinga General of this side.
And Honorable Member in Nasiri, Salva Kiir, support of our forces, consequently deployed the Uganda People's Defense Forces based on the mandate given to him of Uganda 1995 as the present Uganda People's Defense Forces to support Uganda also long-standing role in safeguarding in various countries across Africa. Right Honorable Speaker, solidarity, security of as well as the chair and honorable members of this house to support this motion.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wilson, you'll second.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. On this matter, Honorable, anyone would highly support the deployment of South Sudan. The majority may not be knowing. Our brothers are not all that professional in handling. The way
Honorable, to avoid,
thank you.
And I want that I will not allow, and for the sake of our country. Yes.
But for the sake of peace, and especially those, the deployment is for the better. Therefore, I explore our colleague in our country as Uganda.
Honorable members, I am diplomacy issue. I now want to put a question in the Republic of the memorandum of understanding on the Republic of South Sudan.